So it took me 30 years to tell you what I'm going to tell you in under 10 minutes or maybe more. I don't know. But the things that you really want, the things that you're trying to achieve, the success, the money, the fame, the popularity, all of these things are not actually what you want. What you want, that's a byproduct of it. That's something that stems from what you've learned or what you've been told is a part of it. But as humans, intrinsically, there's only two real things that we want. There's only two real things that we're striving after. And these things mimic that. They seem similar to that. The two things are security and love. And security, things like money, right? We look at finances. We think, well, that's going to be the biggest portion of our security. We're going to feel that we're safe. We're going to feel that we have everything we need. And yes, there's truth to that, right? There is a reality that there's something that stems from that. It's going to make us feel secure. It's going to make us feel as if we have things together. But the truth is that money itself will never actually make us feel completely secure. It'll make us feel like we have the means to things. And trust me, I know how important and how necessary it is, but it would never give you the security that you actually have. Security is not found in things, it's found in you. Like, we're going to dive into self-validation and all those things and the actual things that create the most joyful and purpose for you that most of us are striving to figure out. And once you learn these things, once you really look at it for what it is at face value, it changes everything. Like, I love what's happening in this world right now, in this generation, where there's like this awakening of people realizing that things are important, like boundaries are important, peace is important, self-love is important. All these things are more important than killing yourself to get money or making yourself the worst version of you so you can entertain certain things. It's just not worth it. And I love that we're waking up to it. And there's so much power in that. But the thought of money is an important need. It's a tool. But when it becomes everything that you're striving after, that's where you lose the reality. That's where you lose who you are and what you are. That's where, at the end of the day, you won't be happy with you because you're chasing something that mimics what you actually want, what you naturally love. And the other one is love. And again, money has this allure that makes us think that we could afford and buy love. But think about it. Some of the richest people in this world have been divorced 4 or 5 times. And it's not because of their money. It's not because they're separating the money, because most of them have really good prenups. It's because there's an infatuation with something that mimics the real thing. Like, we can't fall in love with fake. We can lie to ourselves long enough to remain in something, but we would never fall in love with what's fake because it's not really who you are. So these are two pillars of the things that we need. And how do you find this? Where do you look for this? The first point here is self-validation. It's true freedom is not being afraid to live a life that you know that you should live, despite the opinion of other people. Like, if you really want to be free, if you really want to be joyful, if you really want to validate you and believe in you, it's living a life that it doesn't matter what anyone else says, that you are in love with it. Now, again, there's different levels to this, different things to consider. Like, if it's something that's actually harmful for you, right, and you're lying to yourself, but again, that wouldn't be a life that's actually free for you. That'd be something you'd be tied to. But things that are hurting other people or things that aren't just good in general, then okay, those are little things that we can look at. But self-validation itself, like that premise of it, that's part of these pillars, is knowing that you are good and worth it despite anyone else's insecurities or fears, despite anyone else's problems, despite anyone else's shortcomings, that you know who you are and no one can rob you of that. And we struggle with that often. As much as people are waking up to this reality, this is one of the biggest struggles that we have. Because we're not valid in ourselves. We don't believe in us how we should. We allow other people to dictate our worth or dictate what we're going to do next or dictate how we're going to do it because we want to be validated. Like that at the end of the day, that's what it is, because we have tied validation to love. We have tied it to security. So we think that if people validate us, then we're good. There's something about us that's worth it. But I need you to understand that you were valid and good way before anyone else had any opinion over you. Like, anything that they said has nothing or no sway, no power, no anything over you. You are who you are. And when you start looking outside for these things, this is when you lose your security. This is when you lose your love. Because you don't love you enough to say, I'm going to be who I am despite anyone else's thoughts or opinions or comments. Everyone's going to have something to say, always. The question isn't, are they going to have something to say? It's, are you going to take it at face value? Are you going to take it deeper than you should? Self-validation is one of the most important things that you will ever develop in you. This is this emotional maturity to know that I don't have to respond to people. There are certain people in this world that are so miserable that the only thing that they enjoy is arguing. The only thing they enjoy is fighting because it's triggering and it's reliving a toxicity in them that just makes them feel good. But when you validate yourself, when you're affirming yourself, you don't entertain these people. You don't entertain those comments. You don't entertain the peanut gallery. Authentic boundaries, like real boundaries, are so crucial. A lot of us don't have boundaries with ourselves, let alone other people. We don't allow certain things that we need to do and change to actually happen. And I'm a person that's been literally practicing what I preach because I'm trying to be better in so many places and so many avenues. And I realize how hard it is to be consistent with your boundaries. Like, it is easier to make an excuse than it is to follow through. And then we keep pushing things down. Like today has been a day like that for me. Like, I'm talking about going to the gym because I need to. So I've pushed it down several times. What I'm doing is a firm boundary. I'm giving myself an hour to do what I need to do so that I can be in that place. You need to be firmly bound, have a firm boundary with you, and then that needs to extend to everyone else. Authentic boundaries will show you who belongs in your life and who doesn't, because the people that don't value your boundaries don't value you. The people that see that you're trying to do something or change something or are demanding respect in certain places in your life and they don't like those things, those are the people that are going to show you that they don't belong there. They're the ones that are going to make clear that they don't respect your boundaries. And authentic boundaries, it's not just a I don't want you to do. It's you should not do because you don't respect. Like, it's not just I don't like something. No, it's that this thing is detrimental to me, detrimental to my financial health, my physical health, my mental health, whatever it is. An authentic boundary is going to be clear cut and precise. It's going to tell people what's okay and what isn't. And again, tying it into those two pillars, where the reason that our boundaries are violated so much is, again, first of all, we are not firm with our boundaries, our promises, but it's the sense of us thinking that we will lose love, we will lose people, we'll lose security of having them around if we have a boundary. But it doesn't matter. Listen to me. I need you to understand that it does not matter if they leave, because a person that does not respect your boundary does not respect you. And they're not going to be the right people that are going to pour into you and love you completely. Because if we continue to allow people to walk over us, that's what they're going to do. That's exactly what they're going to do over and over and over again. Walk over you. A boundary is not about you controlling something. It's just about you finally loving you enough, validating you enough, that you stay firm and demand it from everyone else. Next point is radical self-love. And this one is interesting because I think that we have misconstrued what self-love really is. Like, a lot of people believe that self-love is this generation of time that we're in where people just think, oh, I'm just going to cut everybody off. And that's not good. That's not healthy. That's not self-love. That's self-righteousness. You think that you're never wrong and that you can't be accountable to yourself for your mistakes. No, we're not saying that at all. That's not what we're diving into. But self-love is, and what it should be, radical self-love, is this understanding that you deserve love and you're going to give it to you before anyone else can even mimic it. It's knowing that you have value and worth and no one else can dictate it. It's that self-validation. It's that boundary firmness. It's knowing that I love me so much that I will never allow you to dictate how I feel about me. I'm not going to allow you to mistreat me and cause me to think that I love me less or that I should love me less. I'm not going to allow you to sit here and create something that's going to make me think that I'm not worth it because you have your own problems, because you are struggling with your things. Self-love is not, I just don't see people the way that they want to be seen. It's I see me the way I want to see me. And it's not that I'm going to sit here and characterize every person as a problem, but I'm not going to allow you to make me think that I'm a problem. I'm not going to allow your toxicity to seep into the thing that I'm working and doing, because the more we heal, the more we grow, we understand that self-love is self-preservation. It's knowing that I am good, even if you don't treat me good. It's knowing that I love me, even if you don't love me. It's knowing that I will be the reason why I'm happy or not, with you or without you. That's really self-love. And it's understanding this premise, is understanding this truth that we were made for that. We were made to love us completely. Not just partially, not just sometimes, not just in a way, but completely. We have to fall in love with us. And that will be what changes everything. What creates that real love, that real security. Knowing that you are worth being loved and loving yourself. And it's not just a partiality thing or somebody else's validation thing, or just sometimes. It's you. It's fully you. It's always you. Consistently you. because you need to love you radically. You're living in a world that everything is your enemy. Why is it that you're going to be an enemy too? And I don't mean that everyone's out to hurt you, but it definitely is a lot of people that we have to deal with and contend with in our lives, whether it's family members, romantic partners, or bad friendships, or just even flat out enemies that just don't like you. Why are you going to add to the list of the people that you have to combat? You need to be the person that loves you the most. Before anyone else says anything or does anything, you already knew and you already believed, because you were made for that. And our last one is pursuit of peace, and this is so important. I wish I learned this earlier in my life. I wish all these things, I wish I learned earlier. Honestly, I really, really wish I learned all these things earlier, but this one is so important because the pursuit of peace is the pursuit of a good life. Like following what you were made for and living in that way and actually looking to do and to be in something like that, like knowing that you're peaceful, that's the ultimate pursuit. Because that pursuit, spoiler, it's heaven, right? God is perfect peace. But as we create that here, the life that we need to live is a life of pursuit of peace. We're pursuing peace consistently. And this is how you know if people should be in your life or not. This is one of the best discernment tools ever for everything, not just people, like jobs and things you're going to take. Does it bring you peace? Like this is real discernment. Real discernment is, does this bring me peace? Does this person bring me peace? Does it bring me closer to God? Does it bring me what I need to do or be? Does this actually serve the version of me that is peaceful, or does this bring me more headache, more heartache? Does it bring me an annoyance? Because there could be amazingly good people that they're just good, but they're not good for you. They don't bring you peace. They don't bring you comfort. They bring you torment. And that's, again, no fault to them. There are certain situations that we're in and we're dealing with, but we can't allow people who are battling their own battles to seep into our peace and bring us into their mess. We can't allow people to rob us of that. If you want to be genuinely happy, if you want to be genuinely peaceful, you'll have to learn how to be less confrontational. You'll have to learn how to not enter and entertain other people's demons as your own. You'll have to learn to allow people to say or do whatever they want to say or do, because their problems are not worth your peace. You're going to have to allow people to do whatever it is they need to do, whether it's leave or argue with themselves, and not entertain that. There's an old saying that says that if you're fighting with a clown from a distance, no one can tell the difference. You're going to be one too. Some people are pulling you into the circus, and it's just not worth it. The most important thing you will do, the most important pursuit, other than God, of course, is the pursuit of peace. Because that's not just mimicking what people are looking for in security and love. That is security. That is love. That's love for yourself. That's security in who you are and what you were made to do. And that should be our ultimate goal. That's who we strive to be. It's not just, I did a thing, but I am looking for this. I'm not just doing something, I am being something. I'm becoming this person who has self-validation, has authentic boundaries, who has radical love for themselves, and ultimately is in pursuit of peace. Because you deserve that. You deserve to be that person that's happy. So thank you for being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.